Engineers shall uphold and enhance the honor, integrity, and dignity of the profession. You are entering a profession built up with honor by generations of engineers who have come before you. You are now expected to build up the profession in many ways. You should not engage in any kind of activity that can reflect negatively on the engineering profession. Bribery, corruption, coercion, crime, including crime unrelated to engineering, deception, gaining work on the basis of anything other than competence and qualification, unfair competition, treating persons unfairly or with any lack of dignity and respect, including acts of discrimination and harassment. You should engage in activities that increase your knowledge and skills and those of the profession and society as a whole. Acknowledge and correct errors. Give proper credit for the work of others. Accept responsibility for your actions. Be involved with your professional and technical societies and other things that make the engineering profession better. When there is a question about whether or not you should do something, ask yourself, if I had never heard of an engineer, but I met one for the first time while he or she was doing this, would I think that engineers make society better? That's a good first test of the worthiness of a decision. A key component of this professional ethical principle is the obligation you assume as an engineer to be personally and financially secure. Part of the study of ethics is finding answers to the question, why do people choose to do the wrong thing even when they know it's wrong? One answer, but not the only one, is that people will make wrong decisions when they feel that some aspect of their status and security is threatened. Someone in a tremendous amount of debt may decide to act unethically if it will yield a lot of money quickly. Someone with a personal circumstance they find to be embarrassing may act unethically if it helps them keep that circumstance a secret. Live your life and make personal decisions so that professional ethics does not seem to be an unattainable luxury. The unfortunate reality is that sometimes being on the right side of an ethical issue will cost you. Be ready to weather those kinds of sacrifices. The 5 ethical principles we have just presented apply to all engineers. Any code of engineering ethics will include these in some form. We encourage you to look further into the specific ethical codes for the fields you are thinking about. They can be found easily through a web search with the name of the relevant professional society and code of ethics. For mechanical engineers, ASME Code of Ethics. For electrical engineers, IEEE Code of Ethics, and so on. If you don't know the name of a discipline's professional society, just search for that first. Biomedical Engineering Professional Society, for example. The next class period will include practice at using these ethical principles to help with difficult decisions in engineering professional situations. You'll be given real-world case studies to discuss with your fellow students, compare to ethical principles, and come to a judgment on the best decision. Then your instructor will present what ethical review boards have said about these case studies. Remember that this is your first attempt at practicing a skill. It probably won't feel very comfortable at first, and you may not come to the same conclusion as the experts. That's fine. This is a skill that you develop like any other through lots and lots of practice over time. You will continue this practice throughout the rest of your time in school and on into your working life. You should always remember that engineering is a profession, not a job. What we mean by this is that you are dedicating yourself to making the world a better place through the practice of your profession, which is a goal much larger and longer than day-to-day concerns. It is hard work to do this. It is not always quick or convenient, nor does it always have immediate benefits. Because so many others have dedicated themselves in the same way, you have considerable support to do these things in an ethical manner. And ethical codes and principles are one form of that support. They help you make tough decisions. Thanks, and gig 'em.